The following presentation is a production of WLWstudios.com.
It's that time. Christmas time is here.
And saying, glory to God in the highest, and earth peace, goodwill toward men. Wow, this is a wonderful story. Welcome to the Midnight Jury 2016 Christmas Spectacular on WLWstudios.com. And of course, the Midnight Jury feeds on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and TuneIn Radio. I am so happy to be here. And I am your 21st century broadcasting marvel, Midnight Mike Norenganger. Ho, 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 ho!
I am Adam, Henning Christmas.
And I am your very best Christmas pal, Santa Claus Brody.
We are here, and just like we pay homage to the Halloween special, giving it, what do we call it, the highest honor in Midnight Jury history each year of making it a two-part special because it's that important. We do the same thing for Christmas. And of course, last week we did kind of have, it was almost 3 with Batman Returns.
Yeah.
But this week it truly begins. This week we do the horror movie Krampus from last year, and we'll explain in a minute why. And then next week, the show closest to Christmas, we chose a 80s, 90s, I think it's like 1990, 1991, Christmas classic, now officially a classic. The original Home Alone, Daniel Stern, Joe Pesci, and of course, Macaulay Culkin.
Weird person to list first, Daniel Stern.
Oh no, it's because on the final
name.
No, it's because on the final verdict I actually forgot his name.
Okay.
And I was so embarrassed that I didn't remember it. So it's like if I did say Daniel Stern first, it's because I feel bad for messing up 2 weeks ago.
Fair enough.
So sorry, Daniel Stern.
No, he got top billing, and
This
according
is
to
like
you.
finally vindication.
Yeah, he's so happy now.
He enjoys all your other work, but he was annoyed that you forgot his name. But we redeemed it.
Just to give a little backstory on why Krampus, being a movie from 2015, makes an appearance or is up for review on the Midnight Jury.
It all started with the sequel to Silent Night, Deadly Night, and deciding that we had to take a year off.
I definitely did not endorse that decision. I think Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 was a great material for the show. And I could only imagine what the sequels...
It was great material for the show. It just wasn't a great movie.
Yeah.
Half of it, of course, because the other half is just the first movie.
But I mean, I don't know. It's whatever. The point is that Trick or Treat is a movie that I'm not sure how you first discovered. It was a movie for me that I think I just kind of seen it on the shelves at stores and was always intrigued by the box, by like the DVD cover art. But you had seen it, and had talked very highly of it. And on one Halloween, I think it was 2011 actually, you showed it to me.
Yeah, great movie.
It far exceeded my expectations. I would say that it has just such a unique kind of character to it, and it really is like the most shining example of a Halloween movie that I could ever even imagine. I'd say it's almost more like Halloween, like John Carpenter's Halloween is
like a quintessential
Halloween movie.
And,
exactly.
And Trick or Treat has easily gone into that.
Yeah, no. The thing about
it's like I almost feel like I can't get past. I would feel there's certain movies on Halloween and Christmas that I would feel weird if I left them out.
Yeah.
And Trick or Treat has moved into that upper echelon of movies because of how well it was done.
Yeah, but the thing about Halloween 1978 is that it takes place on Halloween, and you have the imagery and the feeling of Halloween. Sure,
but it's not a Halloween movie, really. Like it's not a movie about Halloween.
It's about Michael Myers.
It happens to take place on
exactly.
Halloween.
He happened to kill his. Now you find out later in the series that there is some significance to just October 31st. But in the
spoilers rhymes with the Spawn.
Correct. But Trick or Treat really is designed to kind of celebrate every aspect of Halloween. It's the spirit of Halloween embodied in the main kind of monster which is Sam. Anyway, we all loved Trick or Treat. We're excited for the potential sequel, which had been kind of pushed back more and more over the years, and it was like, when is the sequel to Trick or Treat coming out? But then we got a little bit of a gift in the form of the Trick or Treat comic,
which we reviewed on our Halloween special last year. I want to say it was last year.
Yeah, so like
we did it in the same show as The Worst Witch.
Correct.
Which was the TV Tim Curry, Charlotte Rae. Yeah, it was just we did just jam both of them into one actually.
Which makes sense. Isn't The Worst Witch?
I think the other one we did was Halloween 2.
Isn't The Worst Witch short?
Yeah,
it's not a full length like 90 or more minute.
Yeah,
feature. Exactly.
So the
it's like a 75-minute movie. It's like
we were excited about the comic book. It was brought to the public by Michael Dougherty, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, I've always said that. Yeah, one of those.
I feel like it's Dougherty because I feel like it's Dough.
But I pronounce that word dough.
Okay.
Some pizza dough.
Yeah, good point. Anyway, this Michael Dougherty is the kind of brainchild or the mastermind.
The brain master.
The behind Trick or Treat. So he brought the comic to life. And in the introduction to the comic, he talks about his upcoming movie Krampus, which was at the time supposed to be sort of this. As far as
this director and writer's kind of take on Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Which was
he was going to tackle the subject of Christmas.
Exactly, which was like, if we're not going to get a Trick or Treat 2, the next best thing is to do another holiday. You know what I mean? Just fixing my camera here. Sorry, viewers on YouTube.
That's okay. Always wanted to pan down to show my shirt.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing the Grinch
see
shirt.
That? No, that there is an RV. That's Christmas Vacation. I got the Christmas Story underneath. So, and he has got the Grinch.
And the Christmas Stay Puft Marshmallow Man shirt. That's
not really Christmas.
A lot of people don't know that the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was a Christmas icon in the Ghostbusters universe.
I think he could fit into a Christmas themed
pie.
movie.
He's not actually. Christmas.
But in the introduction,
the hat.
Oh yeah.
In the introduction to,
I love this holiday.
No, yeah, it's pretty great. In the introduction to to the Trick or Treat comic book, he talks about the upcoming movie Krampus. So it's like awesome, can't wait. We did the comic book. The comic book was, in my opinion, a little bit of a disappointment.
Lackluster.
I think we all felt like it could have been.
I felt
better.
like it was decent, but it could have been better in a lot of spots.
Exactly.
There was one especially, but maybe two stories I liked of the four. And I did not like the switch in animation in some of them.
No.
Yeah, also just the story was kind of thin, and it didn't. The beauty of Trick or Treat is how all the parallel stories
end up
coalesce.
Yeah, and came together.
And all, build and are dependent upon one another. That does not happen at all in the comic, and I thought that would be the primary kind of driving force of the comic, and it just completely abandons it and falls short. Anyway, it's a comic book. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe his abilities don't translate quite as well to comics as they do in movies, like they did for Trick or Treat. So anyway, Krampus comes out. I think each of us was we were all on the same level, I think, of excitement.
I was excited to see it, but I just don't remember what kept me from seeing it. It was probably because it did come out around Christmas.
Yeah.
And there's just so much going on.
Yeah, and we talked about potentially seeing it together. I was so excited. Like, I actually saw my first movie by myself in my entire life was to go see Krampus, because I couldn't get any of my friends to come see it with me. You guys weren't, for some reason, we couldn't make it happen. So I went to go see it. So
I think Lewis was around to see Krampus.
Lewis was actually visiting family. I did ask him.
Lewis's family is dead, so he lied to you.
Yeah.
No.
And even if they were alive, they would hate him.
He says his family is dead so that you guys will
Fuck you,
lay
Lewis.
off. And
fuck you, Lewis's dead family.
Merry Christmas.
And you guys still don't let up on him.
No.
But the point is, I went to the movies because I really wanted to see Krampus, because I had good reason to believe that it was gonna be fantastic. I'll wait. I'll leave that as the cliffhanger. We'll wait to see how at least I felt about it when we get into that. When we start reviewing that movie later in the episode.
And then Home Alone obviously is a classic that, I mean, if you don't know some of the quotes or scenes or certain things from Home Alone, where have you been since like 1990?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Where have
Since
you been?
1990. Like,
I'm not sure if there's so many movies like the Batman series that was sort of overshadowed by the new Batman movies, the Christopher Nolan ones.
new Batman's movies.
And even Ghostbusters, like the younger people are more familiar with the more recent Ghostbusters. But I feel like Home Alone is a movie that's still continuing on. The legacy of that, like there's nothing that's taken its place.
Yeah.
And God
I mean,
forbid they made a remake.
No,
Well,
Home
I mean,
Alone
they-
2 Lost in New York. It's a great movie.
No, that's not a remake.
That's not
though.
a remake.
No,
though.
I know.
But then you essentially have Home Alone 3 and 4,
Oh, yeah,
which is
good
basically
point.
the same idea as Home Alone 1.
I don't
but different
recognize
kid.
those. I want to point that
I've never
out.
seen
I
them.
don't recognize
seen-
But I know that they exist.
I've seen 3.
It's the same thing as 1, just a different kid, right?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
it's a similar
It's not even Harry and
neighborhood.
Marv, but it's like a different. But it's Harry and Marv.
Um,
We're the Damp Bandits.
Yeah, I don't remember much from it. It wasn't as
Oh.
crappy as you would think, is what I would say. What's wrong?
You know what? My camera just went out, and that's okay. We're gonna. I went black. That's fine. They can still hear me, but we'll
Never go back.
we'll wrap
You'll
this
never
up.
go back. Is
No,
what I hear.
we'll wrap this up,
Okay.
and then we'll do more on next week's intro. We'll do more next week's intro. You wanted to talk about
Well, we were
Instant
just
coffee?
Yeah,
instant coffee, but let's not ruin it. Let's not
Okay.
ruin the Christmas special video with
Okay.
this. Anyway, we are the Midnight Jury. We're on WLWstudios.com and also available iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. Follow us all on Twitter at Midnight Jury. It's all three of us. That's very simple to remember. When we get back from this quick break, and a Christmas TV maybe show theme of the week, we'll have some fun with it. And we'll be doing 2015's Krampus. We'll be right back.
talk to you then.